You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast, hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.
Welcome to another episode of Oversaturated, the podcast, where we discuss music, movies, pop culture, and everything in between. I'm Johnnie.
And I'm Ralph.
Welcome to episode number 172.
172. Welcome to 2023. And I am Him Carey.
Him Carey. What's up, my guy?
Man, what's happening?
New listeners, returning listeners, everybody that's listening right now, please follow us on all social media. Facebook, just search Oversaturated the podcast. Twitter is Oversat Podcast. Instagram is Oversat the podcast. And our email is oversatpodcast@gmail.com. And please be sure to check out our website, oversatthepod.com. Anything you need to know about OS is there.
Yes, sir. And if you want to follow us individually, I'm the Mind of Ralph on Instagram and Twitter.
On Instagram, I'm a JBS_ESL_AAMU. On Twitter, I'm JON2_ and the letter B. Make sure you holla at us. Oh, my goodness. Man, hold on. First of all, it's 2023. Round of applause. We made it.
We're here. You're here.
We're together.
Yeah.
Ralph, my guy. It's good, man.
Hey, man.
I know we can say it like 100 times, but Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I know, right? But, this is the first official episode back for us. In 2023.
Yeah.
Me and you have been in conversations, real life conversations, fuck the podcast stuff.
Word.
But, man, life is just good, man. Like I was telling you before the podcast started, man, God is good, man. I ain't got no complaints, man.
It's true.
For real.
It's true. It's true. Man, it's a great feeling to be. It's a great feeling to be in 2023.
Yep.
It's a great feeling to level up.
Yep.
Just
yep.
in life in general.
Yep.
It's good to see your friends and family leveling up. It's just good. I feel good. It's good. It's good to be here, man.
Yeah.
So we here.
Yeah, this feels like the first official year post-pandemic for real. Because, well, for me, myself. I'm speaking for me. It's just so much stuff has happened. And, real quick, recipes to my great aunt passed, man. But, we talked about it. It's, she lived to be 90, man. It's like, hey.
Full life,
I don't, listen. Shout out to you, Big Mama. Like I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's real love. But I seen her on Thanksgiving, so it was just me and her too. So that was just kind of like, if that was my last moments, I'm cool.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
got you.
So we got the funeral, and the funeral is always, one thing in the families that drive shits up a wall is weddings and funerals.
Every time.
So
every time.
So I'm not particularly excited to go to a funeral of any sort, but definitely want to commemorate the life of my great aunt though.
Word. Look, if you watching on YouTube right now, you see I'm trying to get comfortable.
Oh yeah, we got the new setup.
We switched up the setup a little bit in the studio, so I'm trying to get my bearings here. I'm doing a lot of movement, but it's all good.
But Johnny, man, how was your break? How was your holiday? How was your New Year? Let's get into it.
Everything was good, man. I got a chance to relax a little bit. Took a little mini vacation for Christmas, so that was cool. My first time actually being away from the city like during the Christmas holiday, so that was cool. It was different, but I think it's definitely something I want to explore more as I get older. So that was cool. Spent the time in Orlando, which is crazy because it was cold. And I mean cold. I don't mean like Orlando cold. I mean actually cold. Like it was in the 30s.
I should have packed my coat.
Yeah,
not the jacket, the coat.
Yeah, no facts.
Crazy.
And I did. I had coats, hoodies, all that stuff. Ended up at Animal Kingdom one day. I'm talking about full everything on coat, hat. I just put it together. Coat, hat, hoodie, all kind of stuff. I ain't had no gloves, but I had pockets. So yeah, but it was cool though. New Year's was straight. I was sleep by like 11:30.
Yeah,
you know how that go.
Yeah.
You know how that go.
Man,
but overall, it was real relaxing and peaceful, man. That's really what I try to look forward to at the end of the year. Is just it's just chill because I know once January hit, shit turn up. So yeah, man, just reserving my energy. So it's all good.
I got you. Yeah, man. Me and the wife actually went to Jamaica, like right before Christmas. So we were gone for like 5 days, and it was amazing, right?
Yeah.
Like you've been plenty of times, so you know what I'm saying. Johnny got residency. You got a timeshare there.
I wish.
But I mean, it was cool. Like all the relaxation that I ever needed, all the food, all the drink, all the the sun rays, all the
man,
all the introspection that you get by being on the beach and being in the
Absolutely.
water. I got all that, right?
Absolutely.
But this is where the shit is. Now, if everybody kind of was aware around the Christmas holiday of the temperature drop, the ice storm, or the bad weather, right?
Yeah.
The winter storms that kind of affected mostly the Midwest, like the Midwest, the Mid-South. But that's a good portion of the country where you had to cancel flights.
Mm-hmm.
So our connecting flight was from Montego Bay to Charlotte, and then Charlotte back to here in St. Louis. When we got to Charlotte, first of all, I got called through customs. Hey, if you are going to be a frequent traveler, get global entry in TSA. It's all bundled the same way. That's free. You know what I'm saying? But go look into that. So I'm standing in customs line. I'm probably in there for like an hour, and then finally get through customs. I finally get to TSA. They and then it's like the baggage claim. I had to get my bags, and it was kind of weird. Like I had to run and grab my bags and then throw them at the airline people. I'm like, all right, boom.
Right.
So as soon as I get to the last customs guy, he's like, hey, look, you got some stuff from duty free? I was like, yeah, I got a bottle too. Yeah, what's up? Like,
what's up.
He's like, well, I'm gonna tell you like this. You probably gonna miss that flight. I'm like, I ain't gonna miss my flight. What you talking about? I went to TSA, and that's exactly what the fuck happened. I missed my flight. Cause they had to inspect my bottles. They thinking I'm bringing in weapons of mass destruction. No, it's 3 bottles of rum from Jamaica. That's it. Like,
and my thing is they were unopened, right?
Unopened.
So what's the problem?
And clearly, I bought these in the airport, and I don't understand why in duty-free stations in these international airports you swipe your passport, or you got to present your boarding pass and all that for TSA just to hold me up when I get to Charlotte. Like that shit. When I say it stopped me from like 20 minutes, like I could have got to the gate and got on my flight. Home Alone shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was so pissed off. So now the next flight that's leaving from Charlotte to St. Louis is at 10. It's 4 o'clock. Damn. And then all the storms start happening. And then all the flights start getting canceled. Not my flight. My flight went from 10:30 to 11:20 to 12:50. Then it was just like, all right, it's canceled.
It's over with.
So now I got to go stand in this line. So I'm standing in line for like 2 hours trying to get customer service. And, this is, I know Johnny might say something, but this is not a stunt. Me and the wife had the first class tickets. So the first like with first class tickets, they are at least going to comp you a room, taxis and all that. So taxi, room, and food when we got back to the airport was on them.
Paid for.
Bam.
Cash.
Like, bam. All right, cool, right? So we get to the airport early the next day. Like I had to spend the night in Charlotte, clearly, right? So get to the airport the next day early, and it's still a lot of that going on. A lot of flights are being pushed back. Our flight got pushed back 2 hours. So, and then this wasn't a direct flight, so we had to fly to Chicago and then back down. So when we got
on a layover, right, then ended up with another layover.
So when we fly to Chicago, when I say we made it to Chicago with 20 minutes to get to this next terminal, like, so we got to Beauregard people like, hey, move out the way. I got to get off this plane. Let me grab my bags.
Because for whatever reason, every time you in the airport and you may be running a little bit behind, everybody want to walk slow. Every single time.
Every time.
It literally makes no sense. So,
long story short, we get on the plane, we get to St. Louis. Thank God, hallelujah.
We made it.
We made it. Oh, but this is not where the story ends. Like, that's the thing. I wish the story ended right there. No. We got more people. So we get to St. Louis. It's like 11:30 at night. Baggage takes a while. When you get off these flights, baggage just takes a while. You can be there for like 40 minutes waiting on your bags, right?
Crazy.
So we're waiting on our bags. And you know what? Our bags never showed up. So now we had to stand in another customer service line. And they give me some paperwork, some tracking number. It's like, oh, we'll deliver them to your house. I live 30 minutes from the airport. I was like, they gonna deliver these? All right, bet. My goofy ass is naive and believe that shit. So finally get home 1 o'clock in the morning. Went to some, we went to Club Illusion,
You got a chicken plate.
I had to grab a chicken plate. I was hungry, right?
Yeah.
We ain't ate that. So literally the next day I get food poisoning.
Oh, damn, I forgot.
Food poisoning, stomach flu, I don't know. But it was not good for your boy.
Golly.
So 3 days I'm down, right? 3 days I'm just dead. I'm dead. I'm done.
And this is over Christmas.
Yeah, this is over Christmas. I'm sick on Christmas.
Golly.
I know, right? So now when I finally get my strength back, I'm like, all right, cool. I still ain't heard nothing from American Airlines. I was like, all right, babe. Well, we finna go to the airport, get our bags. Well, we'll figure out what's going on with the bags, right?
Mm-hmm.
We go up there. I drop her off at the baggage claim. I go to find a place to park. Come back around. Well, no, I didn't even come back around. Before I could find a place to park, she called me like, hey, yo, the bags is here. I got them. Okay, that was quick. All right, cool. Came back around. Now, the problem with that is there was no security there, right? So my wife pretty much came in off the street and grabbed 2 bags and said they was hers. No identification, no nothing, right? Mm. I was like, so my bags just would have been sitting there. Nobody was going to call me. Nobody said. I still ain't heard nothing from American Airlines. They figured like, oh, he's straight.
Right. That's insane.
That's pretty much how I spent Christmas. So pretty much I had one of the best vacations, but the worst experience coming back. So I don't know. It kind of takes away from the trip.
Damn, we kind of broke even.
Oh no,
shit.
Like a day, it's like 2 days. Well, no, it's like you might as well stay 4 days, right? Because I got to count the day for travel and the 3 days I was sick.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's interesting because on your way back, I was leaving out, and when I was leaving out, it was negative, like negative 15 or some shit here, and that was also around the time Southwest, because I flew Southwest, they started tripping with their flights, canceling flights and losing bags and stuff. Luckily, by the grace of God, none of that affected me and who I was traveling with. So we were able to get to our destination with our bags. Same thing the way back. And when we got back, that's when everybody was like, not having their bags and flights getting canceled. But we went unscathed. So happy about that. But
shout out to those people that were affected, that had their Christmas affected by that. Yeah, man. By not having a family member show up or get caught up in it personally. That was wild, man. I never want to deal with that again.
Never.
Ever.
But it sounds like first class is the way to go from now on. Because
you got a spring for it.
Listen.
It pays for itself, man. Like, look, I ain't gonna lie, man. I was kind of elitist a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, close this curtain. I don't want these people,
the peasants.
Like, this is our bathroom, right? Oh, they have a bathroom back there. Oh, okay, just making sure.
Now that to the listeners that listen to us frequently, y'all know how much Ralph tried to get on me about being somewhat elitist. Y'all heard this man?
That was different.
Y'all heard this man?
That was different, man. That was different. You do it all the time. This is my first time. I was like, what kind of drink do you say? Like the drinks were free in first class? Oh, run it.
Yeah. You gonna bring me this before the other passengers get on?
Like
they can see me drink. Oh, yeah, bring it now.
Oh yeah, bring it right now. Like would you like a hot towel? Yes. Yes, I would.
Well, I want everything.
I want everything.
I want the blanket. I want the headphones. Man, I want whatever.
Everything I'm supposed to get with this ticket. Give it to me.
Make sure my blanket. Make sure my blanket is packaged properly. I don't want no used shit. I don't want no reused blanket. I don't want none of that.
Like movies is free in first class. I'm like, oh, this is lit. Like the Wi-Fi free up here. Oh, this is lit. I'm like, I need to do this more often.
Nah, see, I haven't experienced that yet, and now I want to do it. I'm doing it.
The Wi-Fi was free. The movies was free. I was like, hey, yo, like this is what I'm talking about.
That's crazy.
Everybody should experience that one time, man. Stop flying like
like peasants. Just say it.
Like, yeah, stop flying like you driving a Greyhound or some shit.
Oh my God!
I know everybody getting them, but getting the middle seats and shit. Like, hey, yo,
listen, don't be like Soul playing stand up in the back, like with the bus like this. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Exactly.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
But yeah, that was my Christmas and pretty much New Year's in a nutshell. Because I didn't do shit for New Year's.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, that's what we've been up to since we've been gone.
Yeah.
So what we doing?
Off the dome?
Off the dome?
All right, let's do it.
I got one for you, bro.
Let's do it.
in the age of legacy sequels, right? You got so many that are actually considered good to great, like a Top Gun Maverick, and then you got some that are just considered trash, like a Coming to America. What do you think is a property? And I'm expanding the question, right? What do you think that's a property that can get another sequel or can be changed into a show that was a movie?
Does the said movie have to already have a sequel, or
it would be nice if it didn't have a sequel already? But
Okay.
you know, I understand this is off the dome, so I'll grant you grace.
what movie?
You want to hear my answer?
Yeah.
Okay, my answer would actually be The Wood. And
Okay.
it could be a sequel, actually a direct sequel, or you can do a movie do a show kind of like what the
Best Man. Got you.
So, because you got all the characters are still alive, and then like the story can be nuanced because of, you know, these men are grown now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's probably married now, or Slim might just be a bachelor forever. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but it's so many stories that you can have. Like, their sons could be growing up in the same neighborhood and kind of experiencing the coming of age in the 2020s. So,
Right. Well, you know what? So, I think Scream or Halloween did this. Like, they did a sequel that was like a direct sequel to like the second movie or some shit like that.
Halloween
Like,
did this shit.
I think Friday will be so. Like, after the first Friday, I feel like a TV show sequel would be kind of fire if we follow Smokey through like rehab and stuff. That would be fire.
I like what you did there. I like that. I like that because a lot of this stuff is like reimagining stuff in between timelines and prequel stuff. Like we talked about Perry Mason and pre-production. Like it's just like stuff like that.
Yep.
It's kind of dope if you do it right.
Right. Exactly. So
No, I like it. I love that answer.
that would be fire. All right. So for my off the dome, right? I just recently saw that Drake purchased all of Pharrell's like old chains. Like the NERD joints and like all the, you know, the skateboard P and all that shit.
Drake's such a groupie.
I mean, unnecessary, but whatever. He got the money, right?
He's a groupie, but go ahead.
Now with that, I want to ask you, if you had like, if just hella disposable income, money's not an option. Like, what chain from a rapper today or past would you have? Would you buy?
There's so many ridiculous answers I could go for.
It's true.
But they still handing these out. You know, I'm gonna definitely say the Rockefeller chain because that's just so iconic.
And I kind of figured he was gonna say that
because that chain is sexy. Low as a kid, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it didn't do too much. It was an emblem. Like, or I could say T-Pain's big ass chain. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at it. That would have been like my second or third choice. But like, I wouldn't wear this chain, but the one I would purchase just to have in my arsenal, the G Unit chain, the one that spins. Yeah,
I was thinking about
like
those.
that's just too hard.
Low key, I was thinking about the Young Buck one that spin.
No, that's hard too. Yeah, listen. Hey, I bought both of them because that was hard too. So yeah, I don't know. That G Unit chain is iconic because at least to me, that was the first chain that I saw that had moving parts. I mean, now I feel like there are a lot of different chains that do a lot of different things. Like somebody has the joint from Yu-Gi-Oh, the pyramid, the pyramid puzzle. Like all that stuff is fire, but that's like the one that started the craze of like moving chain objects. Like, I don't know. I thought that was dope. So I would definitely get the G Unit spinning joint.
No, I like that, man.
Yeah, man.
But now that was off the dome, people. If you could take a legacy movie and turn it into a sequel or a TV show, which movie or property would it be?
Yep. And then if you had enough money, what rapper chain would you purchase just to have in your arsenal? Let us know.
Yeah, man. Real quick, shout out to OS Gang. OS Gang, we are definitely getting into this OS news topics.
Word.
I don't know, man. It's just a real quick rest in peace. Gangsta Boo passed, man, at the top of the year. And I feel like, at least on this platform, we'll be remiss if we didn't mention her.
Absolutely.
Died at the age of 43, man. I'm not sure from what. I still haven't really dove all the way into it. But, Johnny, what do you have for it?
Definitely, I want to say rest in peace to Gangsta Boo. Condolences to her family, her fans, and friends.
Yep.
It's again another random passing from somebody in the hip hop community.
Yeah.
I'm still not sure, like the causes, but she passed away on New Year's Day.
Yeah. It's been talks of fentanyl.
Okay.
I just didn't really want to run with that if I wasn't sure. That's why I didn't say it.
And the interesting thing about this, and we kind of talked about this in pre-production too, is like hearing that Gangsta Boo was only 43, like puts things into perspective for me because I'll be 35 this year, so we're not that far apart in age. Even though I grew up like listening to her, right? That's crazy to me. So the fact that we lost Gangsta Boo, we are continuing to lose a lot of people in hip hop, especially people that Ralph and I grew up listening to. Is like it's sad, man, and it's putting life into perspective for me because again, I'm not that far from that age, so you know I got to make sure I keep up with my own mental, physical health and things like that. So yeah, man. Again, I do just want to say rest in peace to Gangsta Boo. Man.
Yeah, definitely rest in peace, man. Like you said, 43 is way too young, regardless of the circumstance in which she may have passed. Because I still don't know yet. Like you know, what I'm saying? Even though it's been damn near 3 weeks at this point, but still, it's just the point. I just kind of like want to give people that respect, even in death. Like I don't want to talk too spicy about it if I don't know.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, Gangsta Boo, man, one of the staples in female rap. If you're talking about Southern femcs goes,
yes,
definitely been on iconic records, man. But yeah, shout out, just condolences to her family, friends, and fans, man.
Word.
What else we got, man? Let's get into the serious topics, man, real quick, right now. Bethune Cookman versus Ed Reed, man. What's going on? NFL great Ed Reed, former safety of the Baltimore Ravens, long time safety, one of the NFL all-time greats. I think he's in the Hall of Fame already. I think he's been retired that long to be in the Hall of Fame. But long story short, he was hired to be the head coach of the HBCU Bethune Cookman in Daytona Beach, Florida, and he was let go. 20 days on the job. I want to say 20 to 25 days. Johnny, do you have anything for this?
I don't know what this is a classic case of, but what I do know is that before you even really like settle into your job at any institution, you shouldn't go on social media bashing them for even if your reason for bashing them may be valid. Still shouldn't take to social media to really air out your grievances. If you have those grievances, you got to take that directly to the people that are at the institution, not to us, because now you've been let go.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't really know what else to say to that.
It's so many ways I can go with this, but I'm gonna attack the story first, and then the ripple effects of said story. That we get into the other conversations, right? But Ed Reed was hired to be a head football coach at a predominantly black, institution, HBCU. Not one of the most premier ones if you're talking about football standards, right? But however, the chance was taken on both. You know what I'm saying? Ed Reed was taking the chance on Bethune Cookman. Bethune Cookman was taking the chance on Ed Reed.
Right.
Now, I would hope that he understood what type of place he was dealing with when he got the job. I would hope, but it seems like he did not. And then, yes, social media is not the way to air out grievances
at all. You
can bring light to them, but you aired out. Those are two different ways of attacking the same issue. My problem is Ed Reed went to social media when you could, do other ways of getting your point across. And maybe, I don't know if he started recruiting yet.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I mean, 20 days on the job, I don't think he got a chance to.
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure kids would have loved to play for Ed Reed. I can see that. But this is my other issue, right? He's not Deion Sanders either. He does, like, Ed Reed is a complete beast if we talking about football. But he doesn't have personality at all.
Got you.
He is not that.
And
because football coaches are, at least in college, right? They are the face of your machine.
Yeah.
That's why Deion Sanders is so different. Like, think about any successful college football coach that you may know of, right? They are the face of that program. They have to talk. They are the mouthpiece. I'm not saying you have to be just this most articulate person, but you are the person that's going to be the mouthpiece. You go talk a lot.
Right.
You got to go into these people's houses and tell them why their kids should play for you. Mm-hmm. And it's going to have to be more than just looking at my NFL resume.
It's true. I mean, from Ed Reed's perspective, at least from the response that I saw when he actually when he was talking to the team, letting them know that he wasn't going to coach, it sounded like he genuinely had a passion for the students and helping them grow. So to your point, I think even though we've seen on social media how he attacked Bethune-Cookman, right? Mm-hmm. I think he still would have been able to have that rapport with the students and their families.
Oh yeah, I'm not doubting that. But still, he's not Deion Sanders either. And that's where a lot of this comparable stuff, a lot of these comparisons get thrown around, not by me, but just people, having these conversations, because it feels like, oh, they're doing Ed Reed wrong. No, I mean, listen, I have never said who I work for on this mic.
Fact, no, right, exactly, facts.
Why do we always do that, right? That's some shit your black ass wouldn't do.
Right, exactly. And another point, just to the whole former NFL players to coach at HBCUs, this actually goes to show you how out of touch or not in the know these ex-football players really are about HBCUs, because we went to A&M. I mean, we had our own issues with A&M too, but we still love our institution. But we know what being at an HBCU comes with. We are vastly underfunded as other institutions that are within the same states. And yeah, we don't have the same amount of resources as PWIs. We just say that. But that's also a systemic thing within those specific states. So you can't Ed Reed should not have just taken his grievances directly to social media without knowing the proper background as to why he had why those grievances were there. Why is it that trash is all over the campus? Maybe during certain periods of the year they can't afford to pay for the proper cleaning. Mm-hmm. I remember staying in a dorm my freshman year, a community dorm. They didn't come and clean the shit on the weekend. They didn't come clean the bathroom on the weekend. Shit used to be terrible Monday morning.
Yep.
Man, what? So you gotta understand why these things happen instead of trash talking the institution that hired you to coach at their school. That's crazy.
And then football programs are always sponsored by the boosters, right? That's why the bigger SEC schools, right? I always use Alabama, but Alabama, LSU, Florida, those schools, right?
Yeah.
They got top of the line facilities. You know why the school don't pay for that shit? The school got a lot. They got a lot of internal other things they can pay for, but they don't pay for football. They don't pay for them weights. They don't pay for them those jerseys and stuff like that. Those are Nike and all that other stuff.
Right.
So, my problem is that we keep getting to these conversations where a lot of people keep speaking on HBCUs that don't know shit about them.
And that's one of the big points here.
That's the biggest point, right? Now, like you said, Ed Reed and a lot of these former football players, they didn't go to HBCUs. Where did Ed Reed go to college at? No, Miami. I'm tripping. He went to the University of Miami, but he's from Louisiana, though, right? Mm-hmm. You would think he would have some understanding of an HBCU, but no. You went to a bigger school, and they gave you the means, the means to start treatment, to do whatever you needed to do. And you probably thinking that they should treat you the way that they treated your head coach when you were there. No.
That's not how that shit works.
That's not how the game works.
It's different. It's a different world, man. For real.
I don't know, man. And it just feels like we keep having these same conversations like Deion left, and God bless whatever Deion's getting ready to do with Colorado. But it's just we're just going to keep having these same tired conversations anytime an NFL player comes to a HBCU. We're just going to have this conversation.
Deion Sanders was a different case because it's Deion Sanders, right? Camera's gonna follow him wherever he at. Mm-hmm. But had Ed Reed not taken his thoughts to social media, we would not be talking about this. Nobody would be talking about this.
And another thing, I mean, let's not absolve Bethune-Cookman either. Like Bethune-Cookman got some things going on too. And then again, Bethune-Cookman ain't FAMU. It ain't it ain't Grambling, it ain't Southern, it ain't Tennessee State, it ain't Alabama A&M. If you're talking about football, right? Mm-hmm. Because like if anything, those are premier football schools in HBCU world. Jackson State,
right. Bethune-Cookman, nah. Yeah, they were in the MEAC for however long before they got to the SWAC, which might have been 2 or 3 years ago. So they really at the bottom of the total poll in the SWAC now. So I mean, what else can you do? Like, I appreciate the fact that he was rallying up his team, the Bethune-Cookman football team, to go across campus, clean up, and things like that. I think that's great. Yeah. But at the same time, you can't bash the institution while trying to fix it. That's a contradiction.
And let's think about it like this too. Do you think Bethune-Cookman wanted to go through the things that Jackson State went through?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. It's a cost risk. I mean,
And however much Jackson State paid Deion Sanders, Ed Reed is getting a lot less than that. A lot less than that.
I know they're not paying
so I mean,
he was working for shillings. Like, ain't no way.
Nah, shillings. That's funny as hell. That's Game of Thrones shit.
Man, well, speaking of shillings, man, we got to talk about Flo-Rida getting 82.6 millies off a lawsuit, man, from Celsius. Johnny, what do you have to like? Hold on, let's address this real quick.
Okay.
I don't think we've ever talked about Flo-Rida on this
Not
platform
one time
before. All right, cool.
Not one time.
Do you think? What do you have for this?
Hey man, look. First of all,
hold on.
Yeah, round of applause. First of all, 82 M's.
82.
Look, shout out to Flo-Rida. I don't care what you feel about his music, how you feel about his music. Him as a it don't matter. My man is up 82 M's now.
Yeah.
To me, the funniest part about that is that he went to court only seeking like $30,000. But after they uncovered like all the accounting and everything that they tried to hide from him, including penalties and damage and interest and all that shit, 82 million. Look, I salute that man. I am happy for that man. And that's what happens when a company tries to hide what they said that they're going to give you. Because all of that stuff was in the contract. All of that stuff was in the contract.
Yeah, it was a breach of contract. So they called him, they pretty much called Celsius with a smoking gun, which is crazy, right? But this is one thing I want to address, right? We often forget that a lot of these dudes are street cats. Mm-hmm. They might have just made music that crossed over. Mm-hmm. Like, Flo-Rida still, like, I can tell you got a little gangster to him, right? Because at the press conference, he was drinking a Celsius. Oh, my God. Hold on. I know these ain't the real side. What are you talking about? That's gangster. That's some gangster shit.
Because, I mean, so in the contract, he was entitled to 500,000 shares of stock. That's just via the contract, right?
Yeah.
Then they had extra stipulations that if they hit certain metrics, like if they sell a certain amount of cases or actual units of the Celsius drink, he gets 250,000 more. But the contract was really vague, which is what his defendants were saying in the trial. Like, we know we hit these metrics, but in the contract, it's not specifying what type of metrics, even though we hit all of them. So he owns like 1% of Celsius. So not only is he getting 82 million, but he's also got equity in that shit now. It's all because they was trying to, man, come on, talk. Man, what?
Shout out to Flo-Rida, man.
I'll be still promoting that shit too. Drink Celsius. right. Man, what?
It was so crazy. Like, was it an endorsement contract?
I think so.
What the fuck was they thinking? Flo-Rida got 3 songs, man.
Look, but them 3 songs, maybe he had a Celsius in the music video. Them songs are smashes. Yeah, I know. Not in our.
Not in our world,
but shit.
Hey, real quick,
you can still hear them shit.
It's kind of like a sidebar, but it ties out to all this, right? So I listened to a recent interview with T-Pain, right? And he was talking about how he wrote Low. And he wrote it for Nelly. Okay. He got to Nelly. Nelly was like, nah, that's corny, my boy. And then it turned around because, Apple Bottoms, he had them at the time, right? He had the jeans joints at the time, right? So he slid it to Flo-Rida. Flo-Rida did what he did with it. Now it's, you know.
The rest is history. Now we 82 million later.
Yeah. I was like, damn, man, Cornell, man. You know, I'll be trying to defend you, bro. But damn, that's indefensible.
But maybe we have talked about Flo-Rida before because we talked about how he kind of jacked Nelly.
Yeah.
Nelly style. But maybe that was the introduction. The Apple,
because somebody, and I mean, oftentimes we hear these stories, industry stories, right, about somebody getting a song that was written for somebody else, and they had this song for this person in mind. So,
hey man, look, it is what it is. He jacked the style, and somehow it got him 82 million. Hey, I'm not mad at it. I congratulate him. I'm glad he took this. I'm glad he took it to court. I'm glad he got what he's owed plus more. I'm glad he got equity. Hey, the man is up. I don't care how you feel about him or his music. That man is up, and I'm not mad at it.
Oh no, I ain't mad at it, man.
At
82.6
million.
Where do you get that number from? Like,
I know it's very, very specific.
Hey man,
the accounting was there. They had to go find it. They had to find the
cook
accounting.
the books, man. But shout out to that. Speaking of cooking, man, we got HitBoy announcing a joint project with neo soul legend, I would say, Musiq Soulchild. Johnny, do you have any expectations for a HitBoy and Musiq Soulchild project?
I don't. But when I saw the headline, I was like, I think it kind of makes sense. And HitBoy has been on the tear the last 3 years or so. At least. So why not expand what you've been doing? Go from hip hop to neo soul, R&B, whatever you want to call it, and who better than Musiq Soulchild to kind of explore that with?
Yeah. Actually, when you think about this musically, right, it does make sense. It makes a lot of sense actually, because Musiq Soulchild style, he's always if you don't think about the ballads, right, some of those up tempo songs do kind of have samples and hip hop type of bass type of music, right? So I'm a Musiq Soulchild fan, so I know it's not gonna be between 2000 and 2008 Musiq Soulchild, but I think he can get some dope music out of him. I think HitBoy has proven himself time and time again. You
think Musiq Soulchild still gonna be spelling words out in his music? I guess that's a form of rapping, if you will. But no, I ain't gonna say I'm looking forward to it, but I'm definitely gonna check this out.
I just don't want Musiq Soulchild rapping, because remember he was trying to rap for a second. I don't want him rapping though.
What was his rap name?
I don't. I blocked that out my memory. I don't know.
That's so funny.
But no, it's just I think it's more on HitBoy, and I think HitBoy he pulled a lot out of Nas. Yeah. So, and I'm not saying people thought Nas was done, but considering Nasir was his album previously before the KD Magic runs, right? Listen, that was Kanye, right? Yeah. Okay. And that was 2018, and I think that was. I remember that. Yeah, remember people shitted on that project.
And that was Kanye's I'm dropping a
seven songs, 7 albums.
Yeah, every week from June to August or some shit like that. Yeah, I remember that. Damn. Yeah, that was not a good album.
Yeah. So, and then now HitBoy got Nas back out here. Great, right?
Going crazy.
So, I think it's time for Musiq to remind these niggas, man. Musiq had us in the chokehold for about 8 years, and people don't even remember like that.
It's true. It's true. Singing all of his songs in fucking middle school, high school. Man, what? I know what the hell I'm talking about.
I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Love gonna change. How? I don't know. So it's lit though. I'm curious, but I'm curious to listen only because
the production.
Like HitBoy has been going crazy, so I'm eager to hear what he does with an R&B neo soul artist. So this, I'm interested.
Somebody that actually gives a damn about singing and songwriting. Yeah, not these other little niggas.
And the fact that I'm almost certain that they're going to be in the studio together, actually cooking the album up. So I feel like you can tell when an album is done in studio with all parties involved versus I'm gonna send you my verse and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So. No, I'm looking forward to this, man.
Yeah, man. Speaking of looking forward to something, man, nostalgia is definitely on our heels right now, because we have the Power Rangers come with a 30th anniversary special coming exclusively on Netflix. Johnny, what do you have for the Mighty Morphers?
Damn. First of all, I didn't know it's been 30 years since the shit debuted. So that puts things into perspective for me, right? But as a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fan, because it's hella shit. Like they about to debut some new shit this year called Cosmic Fury.
I'm straight.
First woman Red Ranger ever. So
that's what's up.
Yeah,
I'm straight though.
But no, I'm kind of eager for this because some of the original Rangers from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers are in it. Zach is in it. Billy is in it. Mm-hmm. And just Aisha. So just to see them like together, doing Power Ranger stunts and stuff again, acting together, like I'm intrigued by this. I didn't know it was coming. I had no clue it's been 30 years. So to see it, it's gonna be on Netflix in April. Like I'm gonna tune in. because I'm a fan.
Yeah. Like, and I'm definitely a fan of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And I don't really fuck with people that act like they too cool about that. Because if not all of us was watching this.
Oh, absolutely.
It was like a kid's soap opera.
No, for real. For real though.
It's like, remember we went to school, Green Ranger had us stressed.
Listen.
But, and now it kind of gets to the somber tone of, rest in peace to Jason David Frank, who's no longer with us. So I will be crying. Like,
because it's going to be some type of tribute or something.
What?
And I'm wondering how long they've been filming this, because I'm wondering if he's a part of it and they just not saying nothing.
And I think so too, because you notice that they never showed the Green Ranger.
Yep.
They never showed him.
Yep. So listen, if he show up and like take the helmet off, man, what? I'm talking crocodile tears.
We not doing this.
That's crazy.
And then you gotta think about it. It's kind of like the whole Marvel thing. Like, we ain't gonna put him in the trailer. We don't want to sell that,
right?
Because you don't want to pimp the memory, right?
Exactly. So listen, man. I'm even off the Jason David Frank point, right? Like I still plan to watch it just because I'm a fan like that. So if he show up, man, hey,
I ain't gonna lie, I'm crying.
Man,
I am crying.
Like real tears too.
Man,
like,
what? I was in the fan club. I had the certificate and shit.
No, that's fire. You still got it?
I probably do. If I go look through my mom's house, I probably.
If you find it, let me have it. You laughing? I'm serious.
You got my name on it.
Oh shit!
It said it's a fan club.
Look, technology is a motherfucker now. I can I can alter it. I was actually thinking, right? So C2E2 was coming up at the end of March. So this might be my 4th or 5th time going.
Yeah.
I'm trying to change up my cosplay. I was originally looking for a new Green Lantern costume.
Yeah.
But I think I might change to the Green Ranger, just like as an honorable thing. But I can't find like a really good one. Like they all like, I don't know. It's I'm about to be out here in like the joints that snap in the crowd.
Kind of like that your Flash costume you had.
Yeah. But what's funny about that? That wasn't like a real costume. Like that was like Under Armour shit with just the Flash shit on it.
Okay.
That wasn't even a real costume.
I thought it was the full joint.
It wasn't a real. Yeah. But anyway, with that being said,
blurred segment.
Weird.
Hey man, we'll be remiss, man. We gotta talk about this Ant-Man Quantumania trailer. The movie's coming out February 17th, so we got time. But we want to go pretty much not talk about it. Like, didn't it come out over?
The
came
trailer
out top of the year, right?
It dropped
during the championship game.
Yes,
right? That's what happened.
Yep.
Johnny,
What
you got, man?
Hey man, look. Marvel has a way. They have a way of like making you excited for shit that turned out maybe to not be as exciting. So I'm hoping this is not one of those cases. Because first of all, this is the start. This is the beginning of Phase 5. This is the first movie in Phase 5 of the MCU. It seems as if they starting off with a bang. And this being the third installment of the Ant-Man series, it looks like it's taking a darker turn. Those first two movies were family-friendly, fun, somewhat goofy.
Palate cleanser.
Yeah, there you go. This ain't that. At least it don't look like it from the trailer. Of course, they may have hints of it here and there, but overall, I feel like this movie is going to have a much more serious tone. and I'm actually very excited for that for an Ant-Man film.
Yeah, like we talked about this weeks ago, right? Like you just said, the Ant-Man movies have always served as like palate cleansers because they never like ultimately tied into the larger overarching themes of the MCU films and the Infinity Sagas, right?
Right.
Now we starting phase 5, and we starting with a big bang, and you know it's different when they use the villain to market the film because they don't really do that a lot. Did you get that a lot with Thor?
No, we did not actually.
All right,
We did not.
Eternals.
No, 'cause we didn't.
Shang-Chi.
No,
I'm just. I'm gonna
listen,
keep, only,
talk about it.
I'm just saying the movies that have the villain as the highlight are always the special ones in the Marvel franchise that we love to talk about.
That's a great point.
Listen. Why you think I always ride with the villains in these films? I told you, if the villain trash, I'm not fucking with the film.
Damn, that's a great
because
point.
look, they are pumping Kang up. So this film
about to be something.
It better I wouldn't say better. I just think it has an elevated expectation because he's all throughout. Like Jonathan Majors is the it guy in Hollywood right now, right? So you see him everywhere, and then he's doing Comic-Con panels and they chant Kang and shit. Like, come on, man, that's different.
It's different. I mean, granted, he is the next Thanos level villain of the MCU, so rightfully so they need to be chanting this man's name.
They ain't do
but
it.
it's different now. I don't know. It's
they
different.
They didn't do that for anybody else though.
Well, we didn't really have a blueprint before, but like you said, Jonathan Majors kind of the it dude in Hollywood right now. Like he got at least 3 or 4 movies coming out this year, including Ant-Man, which I think Ant-Man might be the first one this year.
Yep.
So, I mean, man's is working. Man's is working, and he's supposed to. Of course, he's going to pop up in Kang Dynasty. But I read somewhere that he's going to pop up in at least one more MCU movie before that.
Oh, well, so, I mean, that makes sense. Like, if they're going to make him the primary protagonist in this film, right? Yeah. Well, antagonist, I'm sorry, in this film. And then they've already put his name on the Avengers film, which is nasty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's nasty.
Which I got theories about that, too. But that's a whole nother topic for another day.
Get to that when
Back
we get
to this trailer, though, right?
The trailer itself, the trailer does look good. It has a lot of suspense. It feels like somebody is at the end of their road. I don't know who, because we usually get curveballs in there. But my trilogy theory is that somebody definitely will die. Like that's just how it goes, and it has to be like a main character. Like, and it may be Janet Van Dyne, but.
That's his love interest, right?
Oh no, not Janet Van Dyne. What a mama did.
Yeah, that's who I think. It's either gonna be her and or Hank. It's either gonna be one of them or both of them.
Man, that's crazy, man. We need a Pim particle somewhere, don't we?
I mean, at this point, Scott Lang should know how to make that shit. But
that's so fucked up.
I mean, it's true. It's been.
I'm killing off somebody we have no emotional attachment to. But we low-key don't have no attachment to Hank Pym either. So
listen, what? For real.
Go.
For real. It's
low-key can kill Scott. I'll be all right too.
Nah, we can't. No. We're not gonna kill Scott.
That's gonna make this daughter like a real nigga, like Batman. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm cool.
Kill the parent. What you talking about? Get him up out of here.
Now she want revenge against Kang.
Yeah, man, what?
Kang and his variants. They gonna fuck her up.
I know.
You saw how he's fucked up?
I know.
Ant-Man in that trailer.
8 times stumped his ass.
Man, look. All that shit.
Hey, man, I'm on chaos. I'm cheering for Kang if you haven't noticed. Like,
I have noticed. And so are all the women. So it's okay. It's okay. But a plot point of this movie, I guess the plot point, is that he needs Ant-Man to steal something for him, which I think he needs Ant-Man to steal some type of power source to power his chair. So the name of the chair is escaping me, but with his chair, he's able to go literally anywhere or any time or any multiverse. He's able to just pop up anywhere. So I feel like he's been stuck in the quantum realm for how many of years because the chair doesn't work. And Scott is the only person that can steal the type of power source he needs to fuel his chair.
Can you explain to me and the listeners about the guy with the floating head and the arms?
MODOK.
Because he was in the trailer too.
He was. It's funny that they brought Darren Cross back from the first film to be MODOK.
Nasty.
Like, but again, like I said before, that goes back to your theory on trilogies, how I tie back to the first one.
Always.
Man, so the name of the villain is MODOK, right? Mm-hmm. And let me get exactly what that stands for, because it's an acronym. Give me just a second, and of course I can't find it.
That's crazy.
I know, right? Head big as hell. So it is mechanized organism designed only for killing.
Okay.
So that's what it stands for.
Somebody was high at work that day.
Yeah.
When they was writing that shit. They were like, oh yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, but MODOK is a very super hyper intelligent being, as you can tell by the enormous head. But his head is so big that it can't be supported by a body, which is why he has little arms and legs. He has telekinetic powers, super intelligence, and at some point he becomes the leader of AIM, which is another organization within the MCU. So I'm going to assume that AIM is coming at some point in the future in the MCU. That's just an assumption, but I don't know.
Hey, put me on. All right, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cheering for Kane, man. Fuck these niggas. At the end of the day.
But because MODOK is there, it's going to be interesting to understand like how he ended up with Kang, how he got, you know, his powers and all that kind of stuff. So
how they tie all that in, because like you said, like Darren Cross got defeated in the first film. Right.
And it's crazy because I saw a post or a clip or something that said in one of the episodes of Loki, when he met all of his like Loki variants in that like off universe or whatever, there was a very big yellow jacket head from the first Ant-Man film, which is how he ended up with his big head in the MODOK body somehow. So, listen, it's all connected. Remember?
Yeah. All right. Well, you know, like our slick predictions for the film have already come out, so it's just like I think we're both anticipating a good film. I think we can agree on that.
Oh, absolutely.
So, we'll see. We'll be here, that Sunday after to break all this stuff down.
Facts. Yeah, I'm actually I'm taking that day off.
Oh yeah, so I was about to say, so you pretty much got your tickets, right?
No, because the Fandango app been tripping. So I might have to go up to.
It's serious.
Yeah,
I got my tickets already. I got
off Fandango.
Man, what?
Man, why my shit not working? I'm mad. I'm gonna try it again today. But anyway,
peak millennial, man.
Listen, man. Shout out to MCU. Shout out to Scott Lang. All them like Quantumania, man.
Nah. Shout out to Kane.
No, we all Kanes.
We all.
Damn, that might. Never mind.
Man, we all Kanes. That's the name of the episode, man. We back, man.
Yeah, man.
But now, as you can tell, we have clearly reached the end of our docket. Johnny!
Yeah, man. If you're on YouTube, first of all, welcome back. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us this long. Hit the comment section. Let us know what you thought about any of the topics we discussed today. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. And we'll catch y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
Now, if you are on audio, you know what time it is, baby.
Song of the week.
OS Song of the Week. All right. Where the hell did I put the aux?
You are now listening to Oversaturated, the podcast hosted by Johnnie and Ralph. Now let's get it.